Today's National Crayon Day, and a simple way to celebrate this would be to print off a coloring page or find a coloring book and crack open a box of crayons. But if ever there was a day to see how many coloring book pages it takes to wear down an entire 24-pack of crayons, today is the day. To start off, I've taken all the crayons and put them in a line and put tape where the bottom is and then where the point starts so that we can keep track of how much of each crayon color is being used throughout this whole thing. I'm going to try to use the most correct color as possible for all of the pictures, and we have a wide variety of coloring books, so this will give us some idea of what colors might be used more than others, and we'll see how many pages it takes to get through one entire box of crayons. Let's just start with the awesome one. Alright, our first page done. Yay! I also realized I haven't used crayons in a really long time, which I knew, but was reinforced by the fact that in this box, this is brand new, there's only one yellow, and yellow-green, or green-yellow, but there's no dandelion, or goldenrod. I think it was dandelion. But apparently in 2017, they replaced dandelion with this blue called Bluetiful. I don't know if you can see that. Bluetiful, because they found a new blue pigment in 2017, so it's been 4 years at least since I've bought a box of crayons, because every box of crayons I've ever seen has had goldenrod in it. So, predictions! So I think green will be used quite a bit. I don't know, gray might be used up more because it's kind of the only middle ground we have. There's a lot of oranges and I don't see me using it very much. Cerulean will be the first blue to be used up. I think there'll be more black than white. White will be used up last. Okay, those are my predictions. We will see what happens. Let's see, what would this guy's life story be? He looks pretty happy. Let's say his name is Ted. He looks kind of like a Ted. So Ted is on his way to his friend's birthday party, and he's really excited. I just realized what's going on in the back of this picture. We're gonna ignore that for now. So Ted is heading to his friend's birthday party. His friend, Susan. This went on for a while, so I actually made this whole story into its own video if you're interested to see how it goes, and the link to that video is in the description of this video. There's a lot of pages in here. This is a much bigger task than I thought it would be. We've done 4 pages, which doesn't seem like a whole lot. It's been a while. Oh boy. Do we want to put Ted up on the wall? Exciting update. The gray is getting down low enough that I need to peel off the paper so that I can keep it somewhat pointed. Right now it's really flat. So gray is currently in the lead for, I haven't done this in a while, for being the most used, which I guess gray is a little bit more universal than green, so not a bad shout. Alright, crayon 2 to get the unwrapping treatment is green. Alright, third one to unwrap. Mr. White. Alright, it's black's time to shine. Does black ever really shine? Doesn't it absorb all colors? It did take over 100 pages, but I finally missed the goldenrod color for our wheat and hay. We did it! One complete coloring book. Woo! And we've barely made a dent in our crayons. Alright, an update on our crayons now that we are one coloring book in. Every one of them has been unwrapped. It looks like the most used have been brown and apricot and gray. Surprisingly, green is about that size too. White's been used quite a bit, as has black and light green. The least used, maybe indigo, maybe red violet. Okay, I've counted them like 3 times, and including these guys, there are 112 pages in this coloring book. So 112 down. Next, I want something with big pictures and not many details. This one will do. I was noticing that our friends back here were looking a little lonely, so I figured for this next coloring book, I'll rip out all the pages and fill our background with them so that we have a little bit more colorful background full of some nice new friends, and all of them have little names in this one, so that'll be extra fun. So, here we go. We did it! Another one down. Oh. This one had 80 pages in it. The other one had 112. So we're at 192. Almost 200. And I feel like we barely made a dent in our crayons. It took me an average of like 5 minutes per page between those 2 books. And we've almost done 200 pages. So you can do the math, but I don't really know if I can handle doing this another 20, 40, 60, 80 hours. I don't even know. We're maybe like a quarter of the way through. So, like 60 more hours. I feel like we've gone pretty far enough that we can draw some conclusions from this. Scarlet and red orange. And blue indigo are really, really similar. So these were the ones used least. Probably because scarlet and red orange are almost the same exact color, and there's like 7 different oranges. I don't know, gray and green are basically exactly the same. Brown was definitely used the most. These were kind of the next most used ones. Yellow, peach, white, and light green. I'm not giving up here though. I promised I would answer the question, how many coloring book pages does it take to wear down an entire 24 pack of crayons? And we are going to figure out the answer. But this marks the end of the which colors are most commonly used, because it just takes way too long to properly color pages. And you may be able to tell as I went along, the lines became more suggestions than anything else. So, what we're going to do, grab one of these chunky boys, our nice giant coloring book with lots and lots of pages. I haven't counted these and it doesn't say, so we'll figure that out in a bit. But we're going to be speed coloring. Open the book. Pick a color that best represents the page. Take that color. I'm going to have to peel these down a bit. I do miss the sharpener on the 64 pack of crayons, but we can't be getting rid of any wax. I want it all to be on the papers. Ah, my thumb is sore from peeling crayons. Alright, take the color. Done! Next page! 30 seconds, max. We are 10 times more efficient than before. So instead of 80 hours, it'll only take 8. That's much more doable. Red for Ladybug. Look, I did. I connected all the dots. They're connected. Big chunky one, done. This was 144 pages in just a fraction of the time it took to do the first 192, and we almost doubled our total. Alright, the one fun thing about speed coloring these in a activity book especially led to some funny results. What is your favorite snack? Technically I answered orange. That's a snack. I do think I helped the fish here because they weren't underwater at first, so I made the whole thing blue, so now at least they're underwater and they can swim to each other. So, on to the next one. We're gonna do the second big chunky. Here we go. It's time. So some of the crayons are getting too short to hold easily. So we're going to make crayon extenders with these pencils and a hot glue gun. Pencil, 1 dot of hot glue, and the crayon nubbin. There we go. We've already failed. Okay, pencil. Dab of glue. And the crayon nubbin. Also known as leftolas. Like leftovers in Crayola. But no leftolas left behind. Is that what they're called? Aha, they are leftolas. No leftolas left behind during National Crayon Day. We just attach them to a pencil and they become longer. I didn't even want brown, I wanted gray. Okay. Ta-da! Our first crayon gone! There's absolutely nothing left of the brown crayon. We got all we possibly could out of it. We did it. Another one done. I went a little heavy on this one, but I just want to be done. Alright, let's see where we're at now. Look, the crayons are actually shorter. And the brown one's gone. So that's great. Our pile of shavings has grown. My crayon extender idea worked once and not for any of the others. 3 of these are basically gone. Pink, gray, and white. This entire thing was kisses and sweets, so a lot of the reds and pinks were used because like every single page had hearts on it. Oranges and blues will probably be the last to go. Alright, we're still speed coloring because I want to be done. My fingers hurt, my arms hurt. This is like the exact same thing as the other one. There are 10 pictures in here that are different from the other ones. So we won't lose much by speed coloring over all of them and ruining them, basically. So here we go. Surprisingly enough, it's the white crayon to go second with our, you can barely tell it's colored, our snowmobile scene. But a lot of things are white when you think about it. Snow, ice cream, rabbits, polar bears, quite a few animals, people's eyes, clouds. There are probably many more white things than there ever were indigo or red-orange. So, surprising, not surprising, but at this point, coloring entire pages one colors definitely skewed the results. So take it with a grain of salt. Gray, the next to go. Brown, gray, and white. Neutral colors unite. First 3. Let's go. I've officially run out of apricot. You can barely tell. This was so hard to color. And I only made it like halfway through the page. So, yeah, yay! Apricot number 4. Alright, yellow, the first real color, or non-neutral color, to be used up. Another one done! 560 pages in. Next, this one. Go! Wait, we usually do a check in here. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 18 colors left. One of them barely a speck. Good old violet red there. Shouldn't even count. 6 of them are nubbins. I have 1 old nubbin remaining, which is going to be terrible to color with, but it's fine. And then the tiny violet red. Let's see, the biggest one is red orange. We're doing it! We're getting it done! Yay! Green. Another one done. We're down to 6 crayons. Currently the smallest is yellow-green. The second I use this, it'll run out. And the largest is beautiful. We'll do the dino one. Started with the dino one, end with the dino one. Makes sense. Alright, say goodbye to yellow-green. We're 650 pages in. Got 3 crayons left. They're all shades of blue. Beautiful is still the least used. Let's go! Let's end on this dinosaur. Alright, I think that's all I'm gonna get out of it. That's 667 pages is one answer to the question. How many coloring pages can you get through using an entire pack of 24 crayons? We did it! Here's the final list of the order of the crayon colors as they were used up. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more crazy celebrations of obscure holidays, please consider subscribing. Happy National Crayon Day!